I met a gypsy.
How cool is Phillip Island though?
Yeah, it's like everybody's dream to ride that track, you know. And it's a weird one too with the, like, Lukey Heights is my favorite corner.
Yeah.
Because you just come over there and it's just, you can't see anything. And you just feel this, like, you feel like balance with the rear tire. You feel like so at one with the motorcycle at that track. You have to really understand what you're doing. And just floating over the top of the hill there. It's a cool track.
It's got everything. I was lucky enough to ride there a few years ago for like a Ducati. They do like owner ride days all over the world where they like rent the track out or whatever. And just crazy to feel the undulation, and like every corner is almost like a signature corner. It's like a whole track of signature turns, you know?
Yeah, and I didn't even need to go to that track to know where it went. You know, it's just one of those ones that you just know. If you grew up watching racing, you know every single corner of that track. You know, Mugello's also like that. Yeah, for me. That's another amazing track. Probably one of the top. I think it goes. People ask me like what my favorite tracks are. I think it goes Brno. But it's hard between Brno and Mugello are my favorite, and then Phillip Island third.
Is that the first time you actually got to ride it, or you had got to ride it before? Because did Moto2 always raced at Phillip Island, or was that? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. No, so, I rode there for the first time in 2018.
So you've been able to go there a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Such a sick place.
Yeah.
But it's the day I rode it too, I got so lucky. Just no wind, no weather, sunshine. Nice. It stayed warm. I reckon I would have struggled. Like if it was wet, I probably just wouldn't have really fucked with it at all.
Dude, yeah, it's kind of like one of those things, you go there and the weather is never ideal. And then when it is, you just feel so lucky to be there on that day. You know, you're like, this is
that was the day.
God's country right
That
here.
was the day that I got it too. It was so prime, mate. Like a flannel weather. Yeah. Like not even having to wear a sweater.
Yeah, or like, I mean, I've been there with t-shirts, dude. Just a t-shirt and shorts even, man. That's the prime right there.
Yeah. That never happens there.
No. But
what was your favorite moment from that race? Like, do you have any, or like just Phillip Island races in general?
The annoying thing about it is I've never had a race there that I look back on and go, that was incredible. I would like that this year. Just to be like, that was an insane, awesome race.
Well, you've set yourself up for a good story, like a good comeback story at Phillip Island.
I think so, right?
So like, you've kind of got the low to the high.
I'm going to go back there. I'm going to sit in the corner, turn two, and I'm going to make peace with it. I love this corner. It's okay. And then everything will be all right. Yeah.
That's probably one of the more, at least for me, like I have limited experience with road racing, like so much more.
You're like more dirt, right?
More dirt, yeah. But I loved it, dude. Like the 2 years that I got to work with Ducati in Australia, I actually got to do a bunch of it, and it was the best. It was so much fun. But turn two was probably one of the better ones for me, and then I think Siberia as well.
Which one's Siberia?
It's like I'm pretty sure it's the bottom left, like the last of the left-handers before you go.
I'm over here like, I know every single corner.
Yeah.
Like, which one's that one again?
Pull up the track map just to make sure I'm right.
Because I think Siberia is like after the
you go down
Miller corner, they call it now, right? Or Siberia after Lukey Heights.
That's the hay shed, I think.
Okay. Well,
all right, we're both. Yeah, let's go. Let's make sure we get this right.
No, I was right, man.
You were
Siberia
right.
is right there after Miller Corner. See, I know that track.
Is that the one that Matt, what's turn 11 then? No, that's not it.
It's nameless.
No, it's that is the one I was thinking about. Oh, yeah. It is after Miller Corner.
It's nameless, dude. There needs to be some new names.
Maybe next year you can have. I was thinking that was the one that I was thinking about, but I didn't think it came after Miller Corner.
Stoner Corner is probably the most insane corner to go through.
Have you seen all of his like slow-mo videos and shit?
Yeah, of course.
Did you ever watch the clip of him talking about it on here?
Yeah, I did.
That is one of the cooler things I think that's ever been said on the podcast.
I think I don't know if it was your podcast or something else, but it was before I went to Phillip Island. He was talking about this track and I listened to it and like how he approached it, and it actually helped me. So
really,
yeah,
dude, yeah, because I remember listening to that and listening to him break that down, and I was like,
yeah,
I wonder if he's ever said this,
yeah,
because this is some like detailed shit.
yeah, dude. It's awkward too because you come through turn 3 and then I don't know why it just feels like Miller Corner just feels so like opposite to what the track should be because it's just this kind of awkward flat corner that's tight, little hairpin.
And you're coming off something so fast too.
Yeah, you're coming off turn 1, 2, 3, which are just you're railing around them, and then you've got this like awkward right, and the right side of the tire is always super cold, so you're just like, oh, am I gonna eat shit right now? But yeah, it's I think getting that setup from 3 to 4 is so crucial, like your body position, how you set yourself up to like, because I remember the first times I've gone there, I don't normally get arm pump. I'm not like a rider's ever. I don't have like the surgery or anything. I never ride like super tense on the bike. I'm always like kind of fingertips.
Yeah.
But for some reason, this track, I got it like heavily. And maybe it's just because it's like so adrenaline inducing and you're just like, holy shit, I'm going so fast.
Yeah.
And you're like gripping on as hard as you can. But I'd get it going into turn 4. And it's just kind of like, yeah, finding that position to get yourself set up is difficult there, you know? So, but turn 3 is definitely, yeah, gotta have some balls to get through there. I almost got through there full throttle once.
Really?
Yeah, but I checked off a little bit. So.
Oh, that would have been the sickest claim.
Yeah.
To just actually, and especially because you can go back and look at the data.
Well, I will. There is one thing I can claim, which is I didn't use brakes for turn 1. One time.
What?
One time I didn't do it. I came off there, I downshifted to like 4th, just like quick, and then just got straight back on the throttle. But that was one of those days we're talking about. It's like perfect wind, no wind,
hot tires.
It was qualifying. It was all I had to go.
That turn 1 is so scary because the tires are cold. Like on that right, you haven't been on the right of your tires for a minute, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just like you go in, you got so much speed, and it's like such a huge turn, and you're just like, fuck, that's a lot of commitment.
But there's like a little part to it. If you get close enough to the inside, it actually hooks itself a little bit. And there's a lot of tracks like that. It's kind of similar to like dirt riding. If you analyze the track enough, you can find little
like ridges almost.
Little ridges, like little bankings inside the banking of the corner. Like Mugello's like that. I remember Mattia Piscini, when I used to ride for Italtrans, he was good friends with my ex-crew chief. And he used to tell me that. He said, if you go through the Arrabbiatas, there's a part on the inside that you actually can hook. And if you ever watched Mattia Piscini ride that track, especially like a couple of years ago when he won, he holds such a tight line everywhere. And
he's like almost catching those little invisible ridges, kind of.
Yeah. And I figured that out for the Arrabbiatas, and like I was so good through that first one. Second one, I was a little not as good as the other guys, but the first one, yeah, you just find that little hook, and it's almost like you can just get a little bit extra grip, you know? And yeah, you got to look for those little details for sure.
I'm barely hanging on. That was the fastest I'd ever been on a bike, was that down that straight too. So I was kind of
in Phillip Island.
Yeah. I was kind of trying to hit some personal speed records.
Yeah.
There's the feeling of coming onto that straight is so rad.
Yeah, I remember there was one time like coming out off the last corner. There's off the curb there. It kind of drops heavily.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching this Moto3 kid in one session before I went out, and he came off the ridge and had this huge moment. And I was like, damn, that looks crazy. And then 20 minutes later, I had the same thing.
Moment.
Yeah. And it was back in like 2018. But in those situations, man, when it steps out like that, you just fucking open the throttle as hard as you can, you know, and just, if you check the throttle, like
that's when it's going to bound up a bit.
Anything in racing, you check the throttle, that's it. The whole thing just binds up, and then you go down.
That's what separates you versus me, bro.
You just got to, steps out like that, just hold it wide open, you know?
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.